Good day, Miss Linsizen here. I am sharing with you today the second project-based learning that 11th graders are going to do. It is titled Gamma Gear. It is very different than the last one that we did. The last one that we did really focused on um, the humanities, so social studies primarily, but there was a lot of writing in that one. This one is more of a STEM project, so you are more going to be working on demonstrating your ability to use science, technology, engineering, and math. So this is kind of more up my alley, so I'm pretty excited about this one. The challenge brief just basically tells you about what we're going to be studying. You're going to be studying the electromagnetic spectrum, and more specifically, you are really going to be looking at the negative effects of electromagnetic radiation. That is what you're going to be focusing on, and your final project. So let's go down here. So your driving question is, how can young inventors help to protect people? It really should say, I think, and or the environment from the harmful effects of the electromagnetic spectrum. So that's your driving question, and the project requirements to be successful in this project and to meet the expectations for master learning, you're going to complete a pictorial diagram of the electromagnetic spectrum, focusing again on the harmful effects along the spectrum. So that's kind of your background information, that's your research. Then what you're going to do, and this is the fun part about it from my perspective, create a prototype brief for a product that you design or revise to protect against the harmful effects of the electromagnetic spectrum. And after you have created this prototype, you're going to design an infomercial pitch, sort of short tank-like, I would think, explaining how your product will help to protect from the harmful effects of the electromagnetic spectrum. There is a video here that goes through the whole project. So if you would like to look at that, you're more than welcome to. It's basically kind of doing what I'm doing, but by somebody else. All right, there's your model. The same as last time, the teaks are different because the teaks are different because the project is different. And the rubric is going to be different because of that also. So I'm going to let you explore that on your own. Um, just as last time, here are the different the different things that are going to be due. I'm going to I'm going to go right over that because I want to show those to you in the individual sections. So exactly like we did last time, we have the Ignite. The Ignite is where you're hopefully going to get engaged in the product and get some background information. So there's a video here that you're going to watch on the uses of electromagnetic waves. I'm also going to provide some other resources for you. And for this project, you are welcome to, in fact, you will need to go and do some research on your own. Not everything is not going to be provided for you because this is really a more of an open-ended type of project as most STEM things are. So I'm going to provide some resources. They are not exhaustive. You certainly are welcome to go and look at your own. Look for your own that really work for you. There's a little bit of background information um, about electromagnetic waves and then just a question for you and the application of electromagnetic waves. This is really what you're going to be focusing on. And you're going to be focusing on specifically the negative effects of the electromagnetic waves, the electromagnetic radiation. So, this is where I think you probably are going to want to do a little bit more research on the one that you choose. So when you go down here to your Ignite assignments, the first one should look very, very familiar because it is almost identical to the one that you did last time. The only difference, let me go up here, I think I have that. Um, The only difference really is instead of having the questions, the virtual check-in questions first, now you have them at the end, and of course they're different questions. They're mainly focused on how you did with the first project and what you would like to change in the second project, just to make it go smoother, of course. A little reflection is good for all of us. And then this, it does look a little bit different, but the same thing. You'll have 6 assignments. You'll put the date the assignment is due, and then you'll break that down into the task that you will complete. So that should be pretty simple for you since it's really almost exactly what you did last time. So that's your first one. The second assignment that's due this week, so that's due tomorrow, May 5th. Today's the 4th, so May 5th. And then on Friday, you are going to really, this is going to be a super simple thing for you to do. You're going to make a copy of, there's a PowerPoint. You're going to make a copy of the PowerPoint. And then I'm going to make this look a little bit bigger. All you have to do for this is just from your own research that you do on your own, from the video, from the notes, you are going to make a list of the 3 negative effects, harmful negative effects of the infrared rays, 3 of ultraviolet rays, and 3 of X-rays. And then you are going to submit that to Schoology. So this week's assignments really could not be more simple. So that's for this week. And I believe the reason that they made this week's, the first week's assignment so simple is that as you move forward, it's where you really have to do some of individual research. So that's it for the first week for Discover and Connect. So here's where you're going to probably need to start doing your own personal research. There is a video. I kind of like this time that they've also put the script. So if that's easier for you, some people are really, they really do well with reading. Other people are very auditory like myself. So whatever works better for you. And then you're going to read an article about how to protect yourself from the electromagnetic radiation. I think that's going to be quite helpful for you. And then you're going to launch right into the power of product design. I love this type of project. Probably if you know me very well, you would probably have guessed that. So now you're going to really be thinking about what kind of product you can make to protect a person, or it could be really any living thing, any kind of an animal or plants or whatever, from the negative effects of electromagnetic radiation. You are going to choose one type of electromagnetic radiation. So if you go back to the different types, kind of give you an idea. There are lots of products out there that already protect us from electromagnetic radiation. You do not have to come up with a completely new product. You certainly are welcome to choose a type of electromagnetic radiation. Go out there. In fact, I would suggest that you go out there and research what already is there. And then you could use that as sort of like the jumping off point for your product. So there are lots of things out there already, and you could choose one of those and just make it better, innovate it in some way. So this kind of talks you through what are the different parts of product design, about what makes a good product. And then if you go to, then as you go through this, communicating mathematical ideas through financial graphs. So if you click on this, it gives you some ideas how to do charts. So when you find those products, you're going to have you'll find a price point, whatever they cost. So you're going to be thinking about based on what those products cost and how much better your product is, what you would want to sell your product for. So this is science and engineering and a lot of STEM things in here, and also CTE also. And here are the assignments for this week are relatively simple. First, you're going to have to do some research, and I thought, okay, so I'm just going to open this up. And you have a research guide here. Sorry, I thought I had a copy of it already. As we wait. So this assignment's pretty simple. Here's just a little bit more information just about the electromagnetic spectrum in general. So you're going to choose one type of these waves, either radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible rays, ultraviolet rays, and X-rays. I'm sorry, X-rays and gamma rays. So you'll choose one of these for what your product's going to protect against. And then you are going to answer these questions and submit this document to Schoology. I'll let you read through those. It just makes you really think about who your target audience is and how your product is going to protect people from the harmful effects of the type of radiation that you choose. So you don't need to know everything about every type of radiation, but you do have to have some information about the type of radiation you are trying to protect from. All right. And then, uh, okay, then the next thing you're going to do is you are going to create a prototype brief. And what this prototype brief is just going to give the reader a little bit of information about your prototype. So it's going to answer these questions. And there's already a document that's already set up for you. So there's lots of information in here. It's just set out just perfectly for you. The final thing that I want to sort of focus on for a second is your visual representation. It tells you that um, you could upload a photo, you could upload a photo of your drawing, or use a digital drawing tool. I do not understand how you would sketch in there and then not make a picture of it. So it does have to be digital, but you don't have to draw it digitally. All right. I'm kind of running out of time. And then we go to apply. So another short video. I would suggest watching this way before you get started working on your pitch, though, and a little bit more information. So your final things are you are going to make a infomercial pitch script. So the script is literally like it sounds like. You're going to look at these, how infomercials work, how to pitch guide, and you are going to create a script of what you're going to say in your infomercial. So think of this as somewhat like Shark Tank. Here's what I've got. Here's why it's fantastic. Here's why you want to invest in my product, or here's why you want to buy my product. So, if I were you, I would look at um, some infomercials that are out there. So ones that have already been, if you watch kind of not like major channels, but if you're going to watch, ESPN Ocho or something, it's a type of commercial that you would see then, where it's somebody is really pitching something. Somebody's telling you why, you need to buy this mop or whatever it is. So that's pretty much it. I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, of course, you know where to find me. You can